Dalen75 Games. Welcome back to another Let's Roleplay of Dragon Age Origins. I have to apologize, I have not slept well in the last week. My son is quite sick. We took him into the emergency children's hospital yesterday morning. And, yeah, he's got inflamed tonsils. They're preventing him from getting proper sleep. That's why, like, his nasal cavity is clogged. He keeps waking up every couple hours and crying because he can't breathe and he's scared. So yeah, so we have medication. Hopefully we'll reduce it. It's going to take weeks.
Very well.
It's going to take, it says minimum 2 weeks before you'll see results. So it'll be up to a month before he's back to normal. And yeah, he sounds like an old man. He's only 3 years old and he sounds like he's 40-year-old man that's been out working. Like, he snores. It's hard for him to get breath, oxygen. But sorry, I'll do the best that I can. I don't mean to bring this up, but I'm just saying, if my head is not exactly clear, then that is the reason. And it's been getting, before yesterday, it was getting progressively worse, and none of us were sleeping. Being woken up 3, 4, 5 times during the night is not conducive to good sleep. For a solid week, yeah. Alright, so I'll do my best to carry on. And random encounter, we found some guy, old Tigran, along the road. And I realized I probably should have gone back to the village tavern to celebrate and see if I can get the kiss from that girl. On the other hand, I don't really have too much money if I was going to help her out, but you never know. I have an okay amount. I mean, to the average villager, this two dragon sovereigns is quite a bit, so that would be, yeah, a little bit of a windfall for them. So who is this fellow?
You have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, old Tegrin can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
You actually call yourself old Tegrin, eh? What's going on in Orzammar?
There's 2 things I'm here for: travel or trade. Understand?
Oh, okay. No small talk or news or anything of significance. I mean, there's a Darkspawn invasion and a civil war going on, but okay. So what do we have here? I'm gonna have to go through this and see if there's anything. This might make a nice gift, these blue satin shoes. That's very cheap, so we'll take this. Little silver sword of mercy, ornate silver amulet in the shape of a sword. Might be a good gift as well. Painting of the Rebel Queen. Cheap, and it might make my inventory's full. So actually, this is good because I get to sell all the stuff. I was planning to sell the next merchant I found in our destination, but okay. So I mean, there's so much Deathroot extract, venom. We don't really need this stuff, to tell you the truth. I can get rid of some of it. I'll get rid of, see if I can get rid of it. I'm gonna get rid of all of it. Just pointless for now. I'll keep the rest of it though, and I'll build up any other Deathroot I come up with. I'm gonna see if I can't learn the poison trade and apply that to my blades, because that's very helpful in combat. But that might take a while. I mean, there's other things I'd like to learn. What's this? Did this have a magical effect? +2 attack. It's not that great, so, you know, get rid of it. Definitely want to keep the edge. The edge is a hand-me-down from my family. And great sword, well, family sword I'm definitely going to keep. Chevaleur's mace. Oh. Maybe I should keep that. Keep that for now. But I don't see anything else that... ceremonial. Expensive. 32 strength. It's got high... You need to be very strong to wear a lot of these armors. Dwarven heavy armor. But, okay, I'll come back once I've sold everything. Okay, I've sold everything that I think I need to.
You have coin, stranger?
Need to talk to this guy again.
Off, old Tegrin can give you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
See this discount of yours. Okay, so there's the only thing I can see in here that I could actually use. I mean, of course, there's a little bit better armor, but it's kind of pointless to waste all my coin on that. I'm sure I'll either get more coin or be able to pick up something equivalent or better in the future. Tome of Skill and Sundry. Now this tome, obviously, my character likes to read, so this allows... I'll gain more skill from learning this information. Sprawling work of early Ferelden that attempts to unify many disciplines under one theory of mental capacity. Long censored by the Chantry, this book grants a greater capacity for general skills. Okay, so it's going to take up almost all of my money, but it's worth it. Now, let's go... so I'll be reading this while we're underway. And I think we're going to need to make camp because... I mean, we're just tired. I'm tired in real life. My group is tired. I think you need to go like this. We fought all throughout the castle and the village, and we need a rest. Okay. This gave me... Did not give me a level. What did it give me? Oh, it gave me another skill, which is helpful. Become better at personality, like coercion. Character is exceptionally influential. It can compel all but the most strong-willed individuals. I think that's it. So give me another skill. And I think we're done here. Just so you know, random encounters, you'll never be able to get them again. So take advantage of them when you can. And I'm not sure if they're in every game either. So what's going on? The blood marks where we've been. Okay, this is the Lake Calenhad Docks. But, yeah, we need to take a rest. And to do that... Where's the, tactics, map, world map, and here's the camp. It's nighttime, so we're going to camp here. Cunning broadens a character's access to skills and helps find weaknesses in enemy armor. Most rogue talents also receive a direct bonus from high cunning. Alright, so we're going to go through another camp thing. This is going to happen periodically throughout the game. Talking and getting to know with my followers. Now, this is a role-playing game. It's not heavy role-playing, otherwise I'd be speaking in a voice, talking only as the character. But you do hear my character's inner thoughts as through my voiceovers. And of course I do play from the perspective of Aiden Kuzlin and make the decisions based upon what he knows and his personality that I laid out at the beginning video. Here's my dog Chester.
I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
If you've had it and didn't know it, it probably was tasty. Well, I have a gift for my Mabari hound. Where's the gifts here? Other crafting, plot items, so other. Lamb bone that I picked up. I think he's last on the list. Yeah, you can't just, you gotta go to this window to drag it. There you go. Fortunately, my dog likes me about as much as you can possibly like someone. He's very loyal. But there's another piece of equipment that I can put on him, and it's this black leather collar. Oh. The Caddis of Hakon Winter's Breath. Okay, so it's... makes him more resilient to cold. Constitution... armor penetration and +2 armor. So I gave him a black leather collar as well. And he's changed. I guess that's the Caddis is like the paint, the war paint. Alistair. See what he has to say.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
What can a Templar do exactly?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
So Templars use magic themselves?
You could call it that, sure. The Chantry doesn't look on it the same way, however, since really our talents only work on mages. Against a regular person, I'm just a guy in a metal suit.
Have you hunted many mages?
No, I never actually became a full Templar. Duncan recruited me before I took my vows. I was only present during one harrowing. The ritual that they test the mages with. It's not unlike our joining, really. And just as deadly. The girl they tested, she had a demon put inside her to see if she could resist. And she couldn't. We had to end it quickly. I have to say I didn't have much interest in becoming a Templar after that.
Seems like the Templars could run the Chantry.
You'd think that. But it's not so. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put two and two together.
So you were addicted to this lyrium?
Thankfully, no. You only start receiving lyrium once you've taken your vows. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Well, let's see what I can give. If I can give him... Oh! Yes, I found this in the Arl's place. The silver emblem of Andraste's flame is riddled with cracks. Someone with a lot of patience has carefully glued it back together. So it's Alistair's mother's amulet. I remember he mentioned this right when we got to Redcliffe. I'll have to give it to myself. So I definitely know this is going to go to him.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I found it in Redcliffe Castle in the study.
Oh, the Arl study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Perhaps you mean more to him than you think.
I guess you could be right. We never really talked that much. And then the way I left... Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. Huh. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
Sorry, did you say something? You're a friend, of course I remembered.
I don't know what to say. I'm honored. Thanks again.
Well, you seem to really approve of that. Let's talk to Liliana. My character is seeming to... My character is starting to like her.
Yes?
It's hard not to like her. Holy. I know a lot of people actually find her annoying. I don't know why. I've always preferred her over Morrigan, personally. I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
You know, a beautiful, charming woman like yourself.
And there were no beautiful, charming women in the cloisters, you think? You would be wrong. There were many lovely young initiates in the Lothering cloister, all of them chaste and virtuous. It added to their mystique, because then they were forbidden, and forbidden fruit is the sweeter, no?
Those initiates couldn't have been more lovely than you.
Flatterer. I, however, did not take vows, and so perhaps I am not as enigmatic? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
So your skills were learned before your time in the Chantry.
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Interesting. What does it say? This is... there'll be a codex for each character, but it'll actually say... It'll give you... reveal information if you get to know them. It'll actually add, like, a paragraph to the information about them. I mean, there's so many codexes. I could probably read for 10 frickin' videos. Let's see. There's more to Liliana than has been apparent at Lothering. However, she spent much of her life as a bard in Orlais, a minstrel, assassin, and spy employed by the nobles of Val Royeaux in their elaborate games of intrigue. If you don't know, Orlais is one of the most powerful nations, if not the most powerful nation in all of the continent, all of the known world. I believe the continent's named Thedas. And I'm going to save it, because Sten is notoriously hard to please, and I don't want to make a mistake. If I actually make a mistake, I'll it's hard to say. Like, if I screw up and didn't mean to choose that option, then I'll reload. But if I go that option, I'll just have to live with it. If I go that option kind of knowingly or chose wrongly, then I'll go with it.
Yes.
I wanted to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
Oh.
Then I suggest we move on.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Why did you come to Ferelden?
To answer a question.
What was the question?
The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here.
My question is, where are your horns? What is an Arishok?
The one who commands the Antam, the body of the Kunari.
So, he's your king?
Kunari have no kings.
What do you have, then?
Little patience for endless questions.
Did you find the answer to his question?
A portion of it.
What was the answer?
Were you not at Ostagar when the army was overwhelmed? That is your answer.
Why would the Kunari care about the Blight?
Why do you?
It could destroy the world?
Do you think the Kunari live on some other world, then?
Don't you have to report back, then?
Yes.
Jeez, what are you still doing here, then?
I cannot go home.
Why not?
It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting.
Let's go.
As you wish.
Ooh, he disproved of that. Thought it could make him happy that way. Yeah. Unfortunately. I don't want to talk to that Levi Dryden guy. What's his name? Levi Dryden. And it's Morrigan.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shape changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
But it is just a legend, right? No, I'm gonna put... Your mother has been doing this for a long time, then?
Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can you change into other human forms as well?
The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
Do you spend a lot of time as an animal?
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
And what do other animals think of you when you're changed?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
I've never heard of magic like that before.
No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could, but as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one.
By practitioners, you mean apostates, don't you?
Not all apostates use the forbidden blood arts. Maleficarum do, but to condemn all who do not fall under the circle's thrall for the sake of what might be is a dangerous path to walk. There are those who look on the word apostate as meaning freedom.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
Maybe tied to a flagpole and tailed. I think your abilities sound quite useful.
Oh, you're simply full of surprises, little man, aren't you? But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
I think she liked what I had to say. But I have a whole list of a whole bunch of gifts, and I don't know who or what I can give any of these to. I mean, who likes paintings, who likes books? There's a bunch of alcohol here, but not tons. I wonder if Morgan would like the tribal necklace, because yeah, she is from that chastened area. I'm gonna see if she does like it. Tribal necklace.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
She seemed to have liked it. Okay, there's one other thing I want to do, and it's Liliana. Let's get back to her. And her weapon. Do I still have her using... Yeah, she's using a plain bow. but she can't use anything else. 34 dexterity and 26 dexterity. She does not have that. Let's see. Well, that's still not it. I forget how to get to the stats. Obviously, she doesn't have high enough, so don't know what to do about that. That's I. That's J. K is not it. But I like to put them all kind of with the map. Let's see. Controls. Key bindings. Quick slots. Camera controls. Player controls. Menu. Spells until it's skills. I already know that. Inventory. Journal. Character record. Okay, that's it. C. She's 22 in dexterity. She needs to be 26. Alright, so I think that's enough for the camp. This basically means we've spent the night. And I'm heading off back to the docks. And we'll have to do that, the Lake Calenhad Docks. I'll have to do that in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. More to come.